Hello and happy spring from the garden. It's mid-March and after a lot of cold and rainy weather we are finally getting some sun and warmer temperatures this week, so we can start sowing and planting outside. And I would like to show you a couple of things that we've got going on in the garden right now. As you can see, some of the beds are still covered with winter mulch. We have used straw or old hay or plant remains like corn stalks to cover the beds to protect the soil in winter. So all you have to do in a no-dig garden in spring to make a seed bed, to prepare the bed for sowing or planting, is rake the mulch aside. And you can see we've got beautiful loose soil underneath that I can directly sow or plant into. Here I have some broad beans that I sowed 3 weeks ago in so-called roottrainers, which are deep pots that are especially good for sowing all kinds of beans and peas, because these develop deep roots, and if you plant them in shallow pots they will get all tangled. And you can see, I hope, how beautiful the roots are. Because you can open the roottrainers, there's minimal root disturbance by planting, and the plants start growing almost immediately. I put them about 23-24 centimeters apart, which is about 9.5 inches, and a little deeper. And I will make I used equidistant spacing, so that means there's the same amount of space between plants and between rows. Yeah? I'm sitting next to my rhubarb patch. We have at least 20 rhubarb plants in the garden because I like rhubarb a lot. Even though it's a vegetable, we use it as fruit. We make pies and all kinds of delicious things with it. So it's the first fruit-like plant that we can harvest in our climate. There's not much to see yet, the plants are just beginning to grow. But for an early harvest, I like to force a plant or two by covering it with a black bucket. You can buy special beautiful clay pots for this, but bucket will do. And you can see that because it's been sheltered and protected from wind and there's a little warmth under the bucket, the plants grow much faster. You see the difference. And also because there's no light coming in, they are blanched. So they have this beautiful pink reddish color. And the taste is also milder than in rhubarb in general. I'll just wait a little longer, but I'm already looking forward to the first rhubarb crumble of the season. But I have many more delicious rhubarb recipes on the website, and I will link to them in the description box below. The last thing I want to show you today are these two trees which we're about to plant. It's an apricot and a peach. These are about the last trees that we're planting on the plot. We have planted the rest last year already. But these are also probably the biggest gamble, because generally they like warmer and sunnier climate than we get here in the Netherlands. So there are two things that I'm doing to try to give them a better chance of success. I'm trying to create a favorable microclimate by planting them between this pond here, which hopefully will help to protect the body of water, should help to protect them from spring frosts, which are damaging to the blossom. And our hugel bed on the other side, which is on the northeast side, and together with the plants that we'll put on top, should protect them from cold winds in spring. Another important thing is to choose good varieties for our climate. This apricot, the variety is called Kyoto. It's probably a French variety, and it's known for its good disease resistance, and also it flowers quite late in spring, which gives it a better chance to withstand the late spring frost. So it gives us a better chance of a harvest. Our soil is acidic, and apricots and peaches prefer alkaline soil, so I'm adding some lime before planting, and a lot of compost too. The peach variety that we got is called Avalon Pride. and as far as I know, it's the most leaf curl resistant variety. So that's very important to us because in our rainy and wet climate, peaches are very susceptible to leaf curl, and because we garden organically, I don't want to spray, so I need to choose resistant varieties. We picked the trees up at a specialized nursery this morning. It's a nursery that is specialized in apricots and peaches. They got over 60 apricot varieties, and they grow them in a greenhouse where they were already in bloom, so that was a beautiful sight. So that's the trees planted. We made some good progress towards the garden of our dreams today. I'll put a link to the design for the garden in the description box below, so you can check it out if you like. And I hope to see you soon. I'll keep you up to date with the development of our permaculture garden.